Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. God has revealed to me that only the Paramatman, whom the Vedas describe as the pure soul, is as immutable as Mount Sumeru, unattached and beyond pain and pleasure. Sukha dukkha, beyond pain and pleasure, but it is always in eternal bliss. Pain and pleasure pertains to bodily existence. Bliss, ananda. Sukha dukkha is different from ananda. Sukha dukkha is a mind's receptions, mind's reactions. Sukha dukkha. How it is taking. Sukha dukkha. Whereas ananda is not pertaining to bodily existence. It is from the depth of one's own being that emerges out. Ananda. There is much confusion in the world of his Maya. One can by no means say that this will come after that or this will produce that. God has revealed to me, I am reading again, that only the Paramatman, whom the Vedas describe as the pure soul, is as immutable as Mount Sumeru, unattached and beyond pain and pleasure. There is a state, the highest level of consciousness in which we can dwell as humans, and that is the ultimate for all living beings. No other species can aspire or experience that state of having realized the truth, ultimate truth, by which he becomes totally free from all sufferings and bondage forever and dwells in the transcendental realm of everlasting peace, bliss, love, absolute. Now, this state in which he experiences, he has become ocean, or he is floating in the ocean as ice. Ice is nothing but water, but has a distinction, not different from water, but has distinct from water. Just like ice floats in ocean, the jiva after enlightenment has freedom to live as the ice in ocean or dissolve and become water with the water. Never to have any separate existence at all. As ice floating in ocean, it enjoys the Brahman in the objective way. And when it dissolves and becomes water with water, as subjective ultimate, there is no duality. So these two, this is Mother has shown me, that is the ultimate reality, that is the truth. God has revealed to me that only Paramatman, whom the Vedas describe as the pure soul, is immutable. It doesn't undergo any change, mutility. It is undergoing. Now a paper is there, I mutilate and throw it away. Mutilation. Plastic is less mutable. You cannot mutilate plastic sheet so easily, like paper. So wet paper, how it could be? Dry paper, art paper could be, how can be plastic? So mutility and it is not going to, is immutable. Now air, you cannot mutilate so easily, but still you can contaminate, do this, increase the pressure and this one. But sky, space you cannot do anything. You cannot mutilate, you cannot destroy, you cannot create. Space is there, but it doesn't undergo any transformation. You cannot make a sheet out of it, you cannot make a rod out of it. Whereas air can be put in a tube and used as a tire. You can increase the pressure, decrease the pressure. So that immutable as Mount Sumeru, unattached and beyond unattached, is unattached. Best example within the realm of time and space is the space, Akasha. Akasha. It's untouched by anything. Suppose you throw water, the space will not get wet. Air too gets wet, humidity increases. But never the sky or space. Space you cannot, untouched by pain and pleasure. There is much confusion in the world of his Maya. One can by no means say this will come after that or this will produce that. Karya Karanam Bhava. Apart from the Karya Karana Bhava, karma and everything, there is nature and divine will. God has total command over and the authority over the whole universe and all beings. At His will, with all the karmic load, all bad vasanas alone, a man may get mukti, liberation. Man may get happiness for doing all bad things, never doing anything good. Still he may get, by grace of God, by a blessing of a sage, all this. These are beyond the laws of nature. Surendra, smiling, if by giving away money in a previous birth, one gets wealth in this life, then we should give away money now, Master. Those who have money should give it to the poor and needy, to Trailokya. Jayagopal Sen, he is well-to-do. He should be charitable. That he is not so is to his discredit. Somebody has got money, he has to give it in charity. Plenty of money. It has to be given in charity for those who are in needy. He is telling he is not doing it is to his discredit. There are some who are miserly even though they have money. There is no knowing who will enjoy their money afterwards. A person was interested in his father's property. The mother had grown old, but the property was not being. Usually old people, they don't want to part with their keys, because the moment the key is given away, even at the very old age, nobody will look after them, is one of the things they have in mind. So they don't hand over the property and possessions. But he wanted to use, because all children themselves are becoming old. The mother, their parents are not parting with their money. They have become extremely old. Somebody or other, some part they can keep for, or equally distribute to all, because their old age is coming. Their children have grown up and grandchildren have got married, yet they don't want to part with the and lot of money. Then that person was fighting for the money. He said, "Give me a little of the wealth. I don't want. Don't want my father's property to go in waste. All these people will enjoy and spend it. I will utilize it for a good purpose that my father may be benefited by that." It is his earning. When a person earns and leaves a property behind, it is his karma left undecided. If this money left over, his work, his karma undecided, because if it's used by good people for good purpose, it becomes a merit punya for him. He goes to heavenly regions. Then if it is misused, some children may use it for enjoyments, physical enjoyments, destroy the money, drinking, this, that, and all, they can spend it off. And his father will be in the hell. This leftover money after earning, after the death, is undecided karma. Karma, it's because it is leftover, is hardship. Now, its utility is going to be decided, his end will be decided, his future will be decided by the property he has left behind. So, it is Sri Ramakrishna is telling here, miserly, there is no knowing who will enjoy their money afterwards. Accordingly, their destiny will be decided. Jayagopal came here the other day. He drove over here in a carriage. The lamps were broken. The horse seemed to have been returned from the charnel house, and the coachman looked as if he had just been discharged from the mental college hospital. And he brought me 2 rotten pomegranates, all love. He is highly moneyed. Surendra, Jayagopal Babu belongs to Brahmo Samaj. I understood that now there is not one worthwhile man in Keshav's organization. Vijay Goswami, Shivnath, and other notables have organized the Sadharan Brahmo Samaj. Master smiling. Govind Adhikari, it is said, would not keep good actors in his theatre lest they should claim a share of the profit, all love. The other day, I saw a disciple of Keshav. A theatrical performance was being given in Keshav's house, and I saw the disciple dancing on the stage with a child in his arms. I understood that this man delivers lectures. He had better lecture to himself. See the paradox. How a person's ideals differ from life. The ideal is there, life is different. And now I am a sannyasi. I have left all the enjoyments of the world, taken refuge in God. Now I have an ideal. I have to represent the ideal of a sannyasi to the society and be sincere to my ideal with respect to nature and God. Am I truly a sannyasi? Does God accept me as sannyasi? Does nature accept me as sannyasi? A householder, for example. He has got married, he has children, his family. Is he working according to the demands of nature and God? Does God accept him as a genuine householder? Does nature accept him as a genuine householder? There is an ideal householder, how he should be. There is an ideal how a sannyasi should be. There is an ideal how a brahmachari should be. Am I that? Am I that is the question. There is a gap between the life, and if there is a gap between the life and ideal, then it has to be merged slowly. I have to change the life to match with my ideal. And what happens when organizations come into picture? Lot of compromises, because immatured people enter and raw people enter. People with greed and other things enter. Is an organization, somebody to exploit, somebody to utilize the organization for their earnings and other things, because a job will be given a respectable organization he is serving. These things, so many things it becomes. And this gap comes immediately between the ideal and the organizational ideals and their lives of the members. There is a gap. And this gap is bridged only through lectures. You huge lectures, higher lectures. But life is different. To lecture to public is easy. To live that life is most difficult. A life of constant sacrifice, universal love, that which doesn't differentiate, that which doesn't disintegrate, that doesn't split, it unites. It makes all people one. So that slowly we have to, all these problems, organizational problems and political problems, social problems, all are because of there is ideal, and very few live, members of the organization live up to the mark of that ideal. A manager in a company has his position, has his ideal. Another person working in the same, he has his own ideal of the same organization. As a clerk, what he has to do? As a peon, what he has to do? Dharma, karma. What is my dharma? What karma I am going to do? So there should not be gap between the ideal and the chi. Trailokya. Trailokya sang. Upon the sea of blissful awareness, waves of ecstatic love arise. Rapture, divine, play of God's bliss. See, the topic is going somewhere. Suddenly a song appears. Whole thing is the dharma karma discussion is going on. What is my dharma? What is karma? What is it affecting? It is all for what? Why are we discussing this point at all? To cultivate love of God. To go beyond all these dualities and get established in the divine. This infuses the clarity in, am I right? Am I doing right? Is there any problem? Is there any difficulty? Am I deviating anywhere by anything? Where am I standing between the goal and my ideal and my own sadhana. Where am I? Am I moving forward or backward? Am I moving upward or downward? To know this, all these discussions are going on. May I not err. May I not err. Those who err, may God protect them, guide them, intuit them to go in the righteous path. The day we start seeking the welfare of others, our welfare becomes registered. The day you want to remove the problems of others, your problems are getting solved. The day you want to bring light to others, your heart will get illumined. Otherwise, through lives of lives tapasya, what you have to earn, whatever you're going to earn, will do in a small sacrifice you do for others. This now, the whole thing is how to, what will be the state, real entity. This discussion is regarding the external. But what is reality? That Trilokya is singing beyond the two opposites. Trilokya sang all of a sudden. Upon the sea of blissful awareness, waves of ecstatic love arise. Blissful awareness. Awareness is a manifested state of consciousness. I am conscious. Consciousness has powers. Ichcha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. They are there in a consciousness. But consciousness itself is free from Kriya, action, desire, Ichcha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. All the three are there, but it is beyond that. It is unaffected, like space giving room for the fire to exist. Fire cannot burn the space. Without space, fire cannot exist. Like the three gunas cannot exist without Chaitanya, but Chaitanya is not affected by three gunas working as the world. So this Chaitanya and its Shakti, upon the ocean of blissful awareness, that Chaitanya is consciousness, is experiencing or is giving itself as a platform for others to play. Now, space is joyfully giving place for all objects to live as they want. It has not put any rules on anything. You live as you want. Now, this aspect, live as you want. I have nothing to say. I don't instigate. I don't oppose. I give a room for you. The Chaitanya is giving the room. They're making it a platform. That is called awareness, blissful awareness. It is holding on. It is projecting forth. It is such Chit Ananda. This Ananda is expressed as the platform for the things to play. In the bliss, it becomes awareness, prajna. It is something joining between the relative and transcendental. Transcendental is there, Shuddha Chaitanya, and this universal existence is there. In between is prajna. This awareness which is between it is neither of this nor of that. Neither of Chaitanya nor of the Prakriti. It's of the Chaitanya and of the Prakriti also. It is in between. Both are touching it. It belongs to both, and nobody's participation is there. This is called awareness. Nobody wants it, nobody has a control, but they both are together. So it's a border between the relative and transcendental. There, it's called awareness. In that awareness, the blissful awareness, bliss is projecting in and through that. Because it is bliss is projecting, Ananda. Now sometimes you sit, joy comes out from within, and that joy is Chaitanya itself is experiencing that joy. And that joy, its consciousness manifested, which you are experiencing. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.